And so my challenge to all you couples out there, all you folks that are like aching for a stronger connection, aching for more love, more intimacy, more investment in each other, it begins with this foundation principle. Hello there, this is Dr. Matt Eschler with the Counseling Experience. Once again, I am your relationship fitness coach, and I have some ideas for you about one of the most romantic processes there is. Now, we've spoke about this in other episodes, and I want to drill down just a little bit and explain my thoughts on why this process that I'm going to share with you is the most romantic process there is. Now, there's probably other things that can really drive connection. There's probably other things that make us feel all warm and fuzzy. But to be understood by someone through good communication is likely the mandatory foundation for a romantic relationship. I'm going to explain this to you. So we all want connection. We want romantic connection. We want our lover. We want the person we've decided to spend our life with to really drill down and understand us. Part of that process is building a culture of appreciation within the relationship. Now, if you can imagine how it would feel to day after day, week after week, feel misunderstood and like the person that you would like to understand you almost behaves as if they don't care about your side of the street. They just care about getting their side of the street out. It's almost like this arguing process of winning a fight, and winning and being right is more important than understanding and getting to know each other. And so if we can look at romantic connection like the number one goal of the foundation process of communication is understanding the other person. So if we both go into that, not solving anything, not even getting to an agreement about anything, but drilling in and understanding each other, if we start the process with that foundation, I promise you, you're going to have some kind of romantic connection. You're going to have some kind of emotional connection occur, and it's unavoidable. And so my challenge to all you couples out there, all you folks that are like aching for a stronger connection, aching for more love, more intimacy, more investment in each other, it begins with this foundation principle. So I'm going to give you some tools right now, some tools around communication. If you think through the lens that there's a speaker and a listener, and so many times we have to get really clear about that. There must be an identified speaker, an identified listener. Now that isn't as like sterile as I'm making it sound. I'd like you to make it more fun. Like just whoever starts is the speaker and the other one listens. And the listener absolutely has to trust that they get a turn. And so speaker, when you feel completely understood on a topic, then it's your turn to be the listener and the speaker will be the speaker, and you just reverse everything that we're going to talk about. So the idea about being the speaker, we're going to talk to the speaker first. When you're the speaker, you have literally 5 goals, 5. Again, the first idea is you want to be understood. So you want to put your feelings into words. I want you to think about that process for a second. Put your feelings into words that are personal to you. Don't tell the other person how they feel. That's not good communication. So if I go into it working both sides of the street, I'm going to tell you how you feel, and then I'm going to explain to you why that bothers me. That'll just end up in a circular no-win fight where we just really literally keep track of who won the last one so that we can be maybe extra manipulative or extra vicious and win the next one. And that begins this long process of never really understanding each other, but just really keeping track and keeping score of who wins. So first one is put your feelings into words and make sure you're just sharing your feelings about a circumstance. I feel happy about the trip we took to Walmart. I feel sad about the trip we took last week because during the trip I felt a little bit nervous about how much we were arguing. I mean, it's owning that you have the certain amount of accountability for how you're taking in information. You have a certain amount of accountability for sharing how you felt about that with your partner. And the second one is as you put your feelings into words and you, number 2, only speak for yourself, Number 3, pace your thoughts, pace yourself, pace what you're sharing so that the listener can keep up. Every now and again, and I would suggest about every couple of paragraphs, you maybe ask the question, what is your takeaway from what I just explained? And have them rehearse back to you what they heard and confirm that they're understanding you. Now, if you can stay on a little bit of a track or a topic, and you can maintain that until you're understood and then go to another one until you're understood, that's the best way. And the only way that you can really help someone understand you is to pace yourself, express yourself clearly, and stay on one topic. So that's number 4. Stay on topic. Stay really on one, maybe 2 topics at a time. I would really suggest one until you're understood, and then move on to another one. And then don't get too many before your partner gets a turn. And then finally, the 5th one is confirm that your listener understands you throughout. We've mentioned that a couple of times. But it's super important to confirm that the person listening to you is keeping up with you. So you want to pace yourself a little bit. You want to be able to check in. You want to watch your audience, read the room. And as a speaker, that'll help you go far in being understood. So if I recap those 5 things. 1, put your feelings into words. Speak only for yourself. Number 3, stay on track with one topic at a time. Don't shotgun approach and oh my word, I'm being listened to, so I'm going to tell this person 18 things. And then confirm that the listener understands you. Okay? That's really the job of a speaker. Okay? Now the listener, when you're the listener, now I want to talk to the other person. The listener is number 1 most important, listening to understand. So often we find ourselves listening to someone, planning and preparing our response. Okay, that's wrong. I want to argue that. And now they're not really listening. They're figuring out a way to debate the speaker. So rule number 1, listen to understand the speaker. You're not trying to solve anything. You're not trying to be understood yet when you're the listener. You're simply just listening and gathering data, gathering knowledge about the other person until you understand them. Number 2, ask for clarity. Ask for insight. Ask some questions along the way. Really crave to understand, crave to know more. And that's a skill set that if you create, you'll go far in friendships, in your love relationship with your kids, grandkids. Literally dig in, and again, you're not trying to listen to build a good defense and respond or to be right. You're not trying to decide anything. You just want to understand the person and understand what they're talking about and how they're seeing the world. Okay, and then 3, make sure you ask open-ended questions, not gotcha questions. Not, oh, so you think that's true? That's a gotcha question. Or when you think you know an answer, so do you really want me to believe that you think this? That's kind of a setup gotcha question. How about just good open-ended questions? So how long have you felt that way? And give me some thoughts about where that comes from for you. Sometimes it's okay to say, oh my word. So when that happened, that how you took that was that I was being mean to you. Tell me more about that. I didn't see it that way, but I really want to understand you. And so that's number 3, ask open-ended questions and express empathy. Number 4, you're not confirming or denying. You're not solving anything. You're not getting into the middle of an agreement yet by just saying, oh my word, I just want you to know how sorry I am that drove those feelings for you. I'm really sorry that you felt confused. I'm really sorry that made you upset or frustrated or sad. It's okay to express that. You have to mean it. You have to want your person to be happy and find joy in the relationship. And so when there's pain in the relationship, you want to express sorrow for that pain. You're not owning that you caused it yet. You might believe you did, or you might not believe you did. That's not the issue yet. The issue in communication at the beginning, at its foundation, is just to have a deeper understanding of each other. So can you see with those 5 skills for the speaker and 4 skills for the listener, can you see how that is such a romantic process? That is such a literally juicy, peaceful, fun process. If you leave that only feeling understood at a deeper level, you've won a major battle. Now, in another episode, we're going to talk about the next step that you can take as a couple if you want. Thank you so much, Dr. Matt Eschler, your relationship fitness coach, and we will talk to you another time. Thank you so much.